Everyone in my family could hear my mother's inner thoughts. I managed to land a new job. The pay was high, and the benefits were great. Instead of being happy for me, she was deeply anxious. She thought, with her education and her abilities, how could she possibly get a job like that? She must have slept her way to it. After my father heard that, he refused to let me go to work. He stormed into my workplace, made a huge scene, and got me fired. I was furious, and decided to move out for a while and stay at my boyfriend's place. On the surface, my mother supported my decision. Deep down, however, she was desperately trying to stop me. She thought, what should I do? That boyfriend of hers has been married for years. He even has a child. She's someone's mistress. If she really moves in, that man's wife will surely have a go at her. She'll embarrass the rest of us. To keep me from leaving, my younger brother broke both my legs with a stick. Then, they locked me inside the house and leave me to suffer on my own. My wounds festered and became infected. I begged them to take me to the hospital, but my mother sighed inwardly, thinking, she's so rebellious. No matter what anyone says, she insists on leaving this family. In truth, there's nothing wrong with her legs at all. Once she gets to the hospital, she'll definitely escape. After that, everyone ignored my pleas and left me to die in agony. Even at the very end, I never knew who was to blame for my death. When I open my eyes again now, I realize that I too can hear my mother's inner thoughts. Congratulations. You can come in tomorrow to complete your onboarding. The HR representative was still chattering away on the other end of the phone when I, Selena White, checked the time in disbelief. It was only then that it sank in. I had actually been reborn. That's amazing. This foreign company is notoriously hard to get into. You owe me dinner tonight. We have to celebrate. My best friend, Karen Lane, said happily, looping her arm through mine. She was right. The company was well known internationally and offered excellent benefits. I had gone through 5 rounds of interviews and prepared endlessly before finally getting the offer. Yet, I couldn't feel happy at all. In my previous life, the moment I told my family the news, their expressions changed before I could even tell them how happy I was. They accused me of being greedy and said I had no shame, refusing to let me take the job. Faced with an opportunity I had fought so hard for, I decided to slip out anyway. I never expected my younger brother, David White, to go to the office, cause a scene, and drag me back home. I ended up getting fired because of that. Now that the chance had returned to me, there was no way I was letting it slip through my fingers again. With that in mind, I spoke up at once. I've got something to take care of today, so I need to head back first. About my new job, don't let it slip to anyone, especially my family. I want to surprise them. Seeing how serious I was, Karen understood immediately and agreed without hesitation. After we parted, I went straight home. The moment I stepped inside, David walked over and asked, so, did you find a new job? How long have you been unemployed now? You can't just live off mom and dad forever. I let out a cold laugh. I've only been unemployed for 2 weeks, and you're already calling me a freeloader? You spent 2 whole years after graduating from college sitting at home playing games and living off mom and dad's retirement pensions. So tell me, who's the freeloader? After graduating, David couldn't find a job. He spent 2 years at home playing video games and only started working at a game company last year. He was left speechless by my words. Just then, Mom walked over. Mom, did you hear what she said to me? Why does she have to talk like that? David complained. Mom had always prided herself on being fair, never favoring one child over the other. Just as I assumed this time would be no different, I heard a voice I knew all too well. She got fired and still can't land another job. At this point, she might as well get married and be done with it. I looked toward the source of the voice. Mom's lips were tightly pressed together. She hadn't said a word. I only get $8,000 a month from my pension, and that's not enough for David. Selena must have savings. I need to make her hand it over. My heart skipped a beat. I was certain now. That voice belonged to Mom, and it was her inner thoughts. Questions flooded my mind. Why could I hear her thoughts? And since when was her retirement pension $8,000 a month? Wasn't it supposed to be $4,000? She had always cried to me about being broke, saying all her pension money was spent on